Greetings, Fright Nights and Monster Girls. I'm Count Jackula.
And I'm the Horror Guru.
And we just saw Don't Leave Home by Cranked Up Films. Now, just to, for purposes of disclosure, we are being paid to promote the film. But, as you should also know, I don't promote a film unless I actually like the film. So you can probably tell right now, I like the film.
Yeah, if you're watching this video right now, that means we liked it.
That means we liked it, yeah.
I thought this was a thoroughly entertaining film. With a couple of caveats, you should be warned, it is very slow.
It's super slow.
It is a slow burn that builds up to a very satisfying conclusion and gives you a lot of questions that aren't answered until the very end. So you have to keep up with it.
Yeah, you gotta hang in there.
Yeah.
You gotta hang there to the last fucking frame of the movie.
But it is super satisfying when you get there. And the lead up to it is very engaging.
Oh, yeah. The basic premise is sometime 30, 40 years ago, this priest paints a painting of a little girl who disappears. But she doesn't just disappear. She also disappears from the painting.
And this becomes some sort of, famous missing persons case.
Yeah. Fast forward to present day, and a young artist in the middle of, I assume, Southern California or something
like that. Yeah. It was
Um,
definitely not Ireland.
Yeah, not Ireland. Is doing these little doll houses that are...
They're basically dioramas.
Yeah, they're dioramas of missing children's cases. Mm-hmm. And one of them is the one from the opening of the film.
Yep.
And so
I think it's called the Lost Children of Ireland or something.
Yeah, Lost Children of Ireland or something. Lost Children of... Because apparently there are a bunch of children in that area who have disappeared over the years. And if you're like, hey, does that become a plot point?
Very important plot points right there.
Yeah. So
that's another thing. Pay attention to everything.
Oh yeah, you got to pay attention. Everything is in the movie, but if you doze off or something, go back because you probably missed something.
If you're tired at all, just take a nap, then watch it.
Yeah. Because you want to be awake for this whole thing, and it is slow.
Yeah.
But I like slow movies a lot.
Hey, slow movies that deliver.
Oh yeah,
slow movies that go nowhere, those are the worst.
Oh yeah, I love me a good Jim Jarmusch flick. So, yeah.
Jarmusch always delivers, though. He
does,
always gives you what you want. But Jerry, you don't want a Jerry.
No, it's not. This movie is not Jerry.
You don't want a Jerry, and this is no Jerry.
No, but the movie it did remind me a lot of was Hereditary.
Hereditary and A Dark Song.
Yeah.
I was thinking of A Dark Song a lot while I was watching this movie.
Yeah, it's very much a combination of those two things. Mm-hmm. And the big...
With some Irish folklore thrown in.
Yeah, a lot of Irish folklore. A lot of Irish Christian folklore.
Yes.
And the whole movie, really, when you get down to it, is about Catholic guilt.
Basically, yeah. Catholic Guilt, the movie, set in Ireland.
Yeah.
My only real problem with this movie, my only actual complaint with this movie is I don't feel... the premise or the plot or what happens in the movie matches the title.
Yeah. This is a movie like I Spit on Your Grave. That has a title where you're like, it's not a bad title, but I'm not sure what that has to do with the movie.
It's like Don't Look in the Basement.
Yeah, Don't Look in the Basement, where they don't tell you there's a basement until the last scene of the movie.
You're like, okay, technically there's a point in this movie in which leaving a home is a bad thing, but that's... It's
really generic.
It's like calling It Follows Don't Go to the Movie Theater. Technically that happens in the movie, but that's...
but that's not... It's not the movie. But then again, maybe don't go to a freaky ex-priest's house would be
I think anytime some sort of rich person tells you, I want you to come to my secluded mansion, but don't tell anyone that you're coming because I want to buy your fancy art, don't ever listen to that person.
No, that person's evil.
If they tell you can tell everybody, then okay, go ahead. But if there's some sort of weird secrecy behind it, don't trust it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, you're gonna end up in martyrs every time.
Oh yeah. You're gonna end up in martyrs. There's gonna be dinosaurs trying to eat your head. Something's gonna happen.
Bad. Yeah. Something real bad. Everything in this movie is actually really super good.
Oh yeah. The acting is really great. I love the music.
Yeah.
Like, it has a lot of silent moments, which kind of like leads into it being very slow. But like when the music cues do happen, they're great.
Yeah.
You know, there's this weird mystical sound that would happen every time something magical might happen or could happen.
Yeah.
And that sound was always great because it always prepares you and puts you on edge for, oh shit, what's going to happen? Some shit's going to go down now.
Yeah, and right until the very end, you're left wondering how much of what's going on is magical.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love how much... There is a lot that they leave open-ended in this movie in a good way.
Yeah.
You know? And I like that because like a good painting, since this movie's about paintings...
Yep.
There's a lot open to interpretation, you know?
Yeah. There's quite a lot because like she gets to this house, they're gonna have like a private gallery showing for a bunch of like rich weirdos.
Yeah.
And
emphasis on weirdos.
Oh, emphasis on weirdos, yeah. Because
when they finally arrived, you're like, whoa, did I just walk into Rosemary's Baby? What the shit's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They got like ye old like European wigs, like it's the frickin' like 14th century or some shit.
Yeah. They're dressed up like, you know, like the Malcolm McDowell in fucking 31 and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
and they're all like, and they all leer, like, oh, yes.
They're always drinking something and laughing heartily.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa.
The kind of people that you'd think sits around and go like, commoners, that's
commoners,
them. That's them.
Surely we could sacrifice one of them to the Dark Lord.
Exactly.
You know, like, that is like... Actually, I really love that kind of tonal shift because it wakes you back up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Well,
What's going
it has
on?
these really great subtle moments of humor.
Yeah.
In particular, some of her interactions with the
butler?
The butler are pretty funny. And her interactions when the rich people do show up and they all do like their big like gallery thing they're doing. That thing has some funny humor, and some stuff that happens at the end is pretty funny too. I actually argue that the last line is pretty funny.
Oh no, last line's hilarious. It's hilarious, but but you gotta be there for it because on top of it actually being funny, it answers a major question.
Oh yeah, because up until that point, I did have a problem with the movie. I did go like, wait, okay.
What about this?
What about this? And then it answers it in the final line. I'm like, all problems solved.
Thumbs up.
I'm 100% satisfied.
Yeah, this is apparently like the first film by the studio.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good start. I can't wait to see more
start.
movies they produce. This is a great way to begin your cinematic careers.
Yeah, definitely. It's currently in theaters now. It's currently on video on demand.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Demand that shit.
Demand that shit. You know, if you want, you can follow Cranked Up Films on the Twitter and the Instagram. Just look up Cranked Up Films and you'll find them. You know, I'll also leave a link in the description below because they asked me
Crank
to.
that shit. Crank that shit, soldier boy.
Yeah. And with that, let's move on to spoilers. Okay. So, if you're still here, then you don't mind being spoiled on the movie.
And there's a lot to be spoiled. Even though it sounds like we told you everything a minute ago, no, we didn't.
No, we told you nothing.
Because we did not go into at all what's going on behind the scenes in this movie.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so is there something supernatural happening? Yes. Yeah, there is. Basically, whenever the priest paints someone, they disappear. But they disappear in a divine light.
Well, it's interesting. They disappear and then they appear in the painting.
In the painting, and then they disappear from the painting.
Yeah, it's weird. It's bizarre. But basically the scam they have running is this old lady hooks them up with all these rich fucks.
Yeah.
They bring people in, they paint them, and then they sell it to the rich fucks, and the rich fucks get to watch as the people disappear and appear on the painting and then disappear and all that stuff. And they get to watch this miracle happen.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of they're supposed to be all Christians and shit, so this is supposed to be some sort of divine
miracle. So it's all God, because in every one of those
it's very martyrs
paintings,
in that way.
Yeah, and in every one of those paintings is a picture, is the statue of the Virgin Mary.
Yes.
It's like the statue of the Virgin Mary is very important to the whole process.
And the whole whole opening of the movie is him basically finding out that he can do this when he paints this girl, and then the girl disappears, and then she disappears from the painting, and it turns out it's because of his painting in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
this is how he discovers that if he paints someone like this, they disappear.
But because of like this weird divine light that hits people when he's painting them, and because of the magical way it happens, like there's a part of him that thinks that this is like a sign from God.
Yeah.
Like this is his calling, you know. But over time he starts to question that. There's a point in which he explains that he had to choose painting or God.
Yeah.
Which makes it very clear that over time he no longer feels that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the woman that he is in cahoots with,
Oh, yeah.
they never actually outright state it, but my suspicion is that she's one of the mothers of one of the other children that disappeared.
It's entirely possible.
You know,
I
because
wouldn't be surprised.
the entire time she's laying this huge guilt trip on him.
Well, because the big question that is never really completely answered is like, when did she enter this guy's life?
Yeah.
And start this scam?
Yeah. That's the one thing that you're not told.
So you have no idea at some point between him painting that girl, her disappearing, and now he met this old lady who decided to pose as a caretaker for him while they do this scam.
Yeah.
But they don't really tell you how that happens, and it doesn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, in the end, it doesn't matter at all. It's just a point of curiosity.
But it does make her like this interesting figure because you're just left wondering, like...
Yeah, but it's really... Yeah, but oh my God, that guilt trip she keeps laying on him. Oh
man.
My God.
There's a point in the
Holy
movie
crap.
in which the main character often has these really freaky dreams because it turns out she has similar powers to the main... To
the priest.
But she doesn't realize it. And in fact, this is part of the reason why she is brought in.
Yeah.
Because she shows signs of having those powers when she creates her dioramas and stuff.
Yeah. And the priest recognizes it.
Yeah. And so she is brought in, and so this is going to be like a double divine thing. We're going to paint a painter who has the same powers and shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I love what she says about her little diorama in the beginning, the diorama of this event. She's like, something's missing. Something's missing. Whereas, so she has works of art that are incomplete because something is not there. Whereas the priest completes a piece of art and something disappears.
Yeah, it's like they're trapping the souls in the paintings.
Yeah.
It's weird.
At one point, we actually, when they paint the main character, he paints the main character at one point, and then she disappears.
Yeah.
And we see whatever world it is that they are sent to.
Yeah. It's like this weird field.
Yeah.
It's like this weird field with like a forest there, but like
it's basically like Ireland without civilization whatsoever.
And like when you're sent there, it's basically like purgatory. Like you don't age, you don't change, and you kind of go crazy while you're there.
Yeah.
You know, like she runs into a little girl who it seems like is just stuck in this loop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's very obvious they make it very obvious it's the girl from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Or at least one of the missing children, regardless of which one it is. I think she even calls it by the name of one of the missing children.
Yeah.
But like, in terms of the guilt thing, over the course of this movie, she has these nightmares that you're not sure if they're premonitions or if they're warnings or whatever they are. But she'll often have these nightmares which causes her to wake up in the middle of the night, and so she wakes up in the middle of the night and starts exploring the house. And one time she does this, and she walks in on the priest basically flogging himself.
Yeah, he's flagellating
like
himself.
The fucking Da Vinci Code shit. Like,
yeah.
You know? And like that's the level of guilt this movie's laying on, you know, like this movie's about a guy who self-flagellates himself because he is sinning, but he thought it was for God, but
he's not sure, but he doesn't know. Like
he's completely conflicted.
Yeah, the thing is, you feel for that guy.
Oh yeah. Despite the fact
he's doing something evil, you feel for him. And you
realize the horrific implications of all the stuff he's done, all these missing people, all these missing children. Despite that, the movie really makes you feel for him hardcore over the course of it.
Yeah.
You will find yourself tearing up as he tells his stories. Like, you will find yourself like towards the end of the movie actually rooting for him, going like, please, switch teams!
Yeah.
Switch teams!
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man. And when he finally does his face turn.
Oh, yeah. It's
oh,
great.
man. Holy crap. Like, that's really, really good. Yeah, because basically, he does a face turn after she has disappeared.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. And, I'm not going to tell you what happens at that point.
You'll
Because
see.
You'll want to see the movie.
You'll
You'll
see.
really want to
Basically,
see this.
he finds a way to undo his own spells.
Yeah. Yeah. And I look, Cranked Up Films. We got this thing on a Blu-ray. You need to send it right over.
Well, it's weird. We sat down, we started watching it, and I was like so ready to like tear it apart. Like I entered it with like a negative, like this movie's gonna be a piece of shit.
No.
But like over the course of it, it kept winning me over.
Yeah. Well, when I first got the trailer and I saw the title "Don't Leave the Home," I was like,
well, because the title
Oh my
immediately
God.
sets you up for like, okay, generic title, yada yada yada. And in the end, the only complaint I had was the fucking title.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the only weak part.
You're like, I only warn people it's slow because I know that's going to be a problem for some people going into it, and it's better to know than to not know. But that's not really a problem for me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, so if you like, if you like some other like really nice slow burn horror movies,
If you like the Dark Song, check this out.
Yeah, if you like a dark song, check it out. If you liked
Absolutely.
Hereditary,
Yeah.
check this out.
Absolutely.
If you like The Witch,
The Witch is another good
The
one.
Wicker Man,
Wicker
you
Man,
know,
yeah.
stuff
yeah.
like that. You know,
If you like
and-
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby, yeah.
You know,
that's
there's
another
definitely
good one.
shades of like all those kinds of movies in this.
Oh yeah, a little. You know, another good slow burn, House of the Devil.
House of the Devil, that's another good
Yeah.
one. That one's a real slow burn because that one like waits until the last 10 minutes to tell you what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. This one is not quite that slow.
No, it's a little faster paced than House of the Devil. So if House of the Devil is your limit, then you could probably
Yeah, you can make Don't Leave Home, you know, easy. All right, with that all said, Guru, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube under The Horror Guru or Blood Splattered Cinema. Type any of those in and you will find me. And so there we go.
Okay, and currently you can find me on, obviously, this channel and on Twitter at Count_Jackula, on Instagram at Satanic Jackula, and on Twitch. Look for Count Jackula, and when you see the big neon goat, you know that's me. And hey, until next time, Fright Nights and Monster Girls, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno, and keep watching fucked up movies.